Hey everyone, welcome back to SOVL. I'm DisturbingPuppet. So today we're going to start a campaign with the new faction, the Abyssal Demons. We'll take a quick look at them before we get started. So they're basically the Chaos Demons from Warhammer Fantasy. So there's essentially Nurgle Plague Bearers, there's some Slaneshi stuff, there's some Khorne Demons, and we can play Demon Princes, that kind of thing. Take a quick look at the army builder. We can see everything that's included in the army if we jump in. I did play around with a campaign just a little bit with this faction and got to the first event was, hey, there's some giants rampaging. Do you want to fight them? Sure. Yeah, 3 giants is way too much for like an early on fight. Got slaughtered. So, gonna have to start again. So here's our Abyssal Demons. And we can take a look if we want to. We can just kind of make a new list and just kind of see what's available to choose from. So this is our wonderful demonic faction. So if we wanted to, under Commander Options, there's an Abyssal Prince, so a flying Lord of Decay. If we want to look, the Lord of Decay, all friendly units with Gift of Decay restore D3 wounds. So all of your units sort of decay if they lose a fight, like undead. They don't actually like lose fights and run away. And then there's the Herald, who's kind of a demonic chaos sorcerer of sorts. On our main battle line forces, we have Abyssal Vipers, so very kind of Slaneshi. They've got Gift of Trickery, so maybe they're supposed to be more Tzeentch-inspired. Ambush deployment and some movement speed. Demonic, which is just that they lose health instead of running away. Some charge bonus. The Devil Spawn, definitely Khorne Demons. They've got great weapons. Gift of War. Frenzy. Plague Walkers. I did have a unit of these. I do like the way they look. They're kind of funny. They've got Plague, which is actually a decent skill. -1 skill, -1 movement speed for the entire battle on an enemy unit. Definitely an interesting ability. Kind of surprising that they have one. A lot of the other factions don't. I did get these guys fairly tough when I played before, extra wounds and things. And then we have the Plaguelings, so kind of Nurglings, Fangs, Demonic Gift of Decay. So that's kind of our main line. Range support, not much as you would expect from Chaos. Fire Devils. So I haven't seen these guys as we're playing through. Phase out, extra movement and flying for a turn. So yeah, power 4 attacks, not bad. Then fast attack. Plague Flies did have these just giant angry flies flying around, was kind of entertaining. Abyssal Reapers, so kind of like the Slanesh cavalry units. Demonic Hounds, just sort of basic dog enemies. Hell Riders, so definitely like the Khorne Berserkers riding, I can't remember what they're called now, the other demons, Hellhounds, Demonic Hellhounds. And then Abyssal Terrors, there's a Plague Hulk. I do like the appropriate piggy face. It's pretty funny. It's like Nurgle with a pig head, like orc face kind of thing. It's sort of funny. Like Greater Demon of Khorne, and then there's the Archdevil. Probably more like the Chaos Greater Demon, or the Khorne Greater Demon. All right, so let's jump in. We're going to start a campaign. I do like the way we build up over time playing in the campaign. It's definitely entertaining. So I do have a little bit because I did start. And we're going to play the Abyssal Prince. I kind of like that better than the Chaos Sorcerer type, so we'll start with the Abyssal Prince. All right, so we have a choice. I did take Plague Walkers before. They were very good at tying units down, but didn't really do a lot of damage. Let's take Devil Spawn to see how they do. And then I am kind of leaning towards Slanesh. I do always like Slanesh, but having a ranged option would be nice. Let's go with the Vipers just to see how they do. So this will be our starting force. We'll take a look at them before we jump into a fight and see what kind of abilities and things we have. So as we go through, we do want to end up probably there before we get to the end. It looks like we can actually get there kind of any way we want to. If we come this route, we'll get there. If we come here, we just have to split off. But let's take a look at our army here real quick and see what we've got. So our Devil Spawn, well, okay, our Abyssal Prince first would make more sense. So we do start with Shadow Bolt. So it's not super strong. It's 3 hits, but only 3 power. So not great. He does have flying, good movement. Overall, does a lot of damage. Ability to do damage against even tough targets. 5 attacks, 5 wounds. Very nice to start with. Defense, it's okay. The Devil Spawn here do have 2 attacks each, 5 power. They've got great weapons. So that's the charge bonus and the power we're seeing there. Demonic Gift of War. Favored by War. Unit that has Frenzy. Reroll failed attacks in the first round of combat. So that first round, we do a bunch of damage. After that, not so much. I mean, we still have 2 attacks. We still have good skill. When it comes to the Abyssal Vipers, very skilled. That's actually pretty nice. 4 power, 3 defense, 2 attacks, 1 wound. You guys only have 1 wound as well. Yeah. So claws, extra power. So that's why we're seeing that, I'm assuming. We've got the demonic and the gift of treachery. Favored by trickery. Unit has ambush deployment and +1 move speed. So very fast. We can early engage and maybe try to hit on the flanks with the prince because he's very fast and can fly, and then these guys doing more damage. As far as our deployment, I think that's fine. Right, we wanted map view, not exit. It's like confused for a second. Okay, what do we want to do? I would like to pick up more guys. We do have an elite fight here. We could take maybe to get something fun. We could take one here too. Let's go down here. So our first fight's going to be against some roaming brigands. Nothing too major. I do feel like something's changed since I played last time. It's like zoomed out like crazy far, typically. All right, so we have, and maybe the maps are bigger too. I'm not sure. So we don't have a large army to fight with at this point. We're just kind of like going in, like, I feel like something's weird with the way the maps are showing now. I feel like they used to be smaller early on, maybe, or I'm crazy. One of the two. All right, we do have the forward deployment here, so I'm going to put you in the forest up front. So let's put the devil spawn here. And since we can fly, I can just kind of fly over the forest with the prince if we need to. Let's just deploy like way hard on this flank. Okay, a bit more centered over here. We're facing off against what? Imperial Swordsman, pretty good defense, hand weapon and shield, and some bowmen. So the bowmen definitely a problem. I do have a lot of speed. Let's try to draw fire to the prince. I don't have a lot of range for my spell, but we can just fly over here like complete maniacs. I am going to take a lot of arrow fire, but I'm going to rely on my health and toughness here to actually do something for me. And then I am in charge range by far. I am in their charge range as well, so I actually moved up a little bit too far. So we could charge each other on the next one. I'm not sure he wants to with these guys, but let's fire off a couple blasts. See if we do any damage. We kill one guy, nothing too major. So they're going to turn, shoot me a whole bunch of times. So they hit me a bunch of times, I get a 3+ save, take a couple points of damage. So definitely didn't go my way there overall. We've got good movement with you guys too. So I'm going to try to just rush in to help, although with the forest there, that's going to make things awfully difficult. Yeah, we're outside of that charge. You guys, let's just move up. Yes, let's charge. Fortunately, I can't quite get to them or anything, so let's see if they countercharge. Nope, they just stood there. Okay. I'm pretty sure we were within range there. Now, this is definitely going to be a bit of an issue. Do I have any abilities? No, I don't have any abilities I can use, so that's fine. Let's have the Vipers just square up here. I can't really get to a good flank because the forest is just eating so much of my movement. But we'll move on up. Ideally, we probably want to use these guys more as flankers. They're not really hardcore, hard-hitting units. Here we should do okay. We've got 5 attacks. We need 3 or better to hit. 4 hits. 3 saves. They needed 5s or better. They got quite a few. 5 hits on me. I need 3 or better to save. So we actually lost the fight by 1. So I'm going to take a D3 damage. Luckily, we just got 1. Oh, did that kill me? I thought I had like 5 health. Well, that was not good. We had a terrible charge in there and then just got slaughtered. All right, well, we'll countercharge there. That's about all I can do. I'm going to shoot my big guys. 6 hits. Get most of the saves off, but that's pretty rough for us. The question is, do I want to try to position here to get in a flank, or do we want to go after them directly? My last charge here, like, my heroes should be able to send off some archers, but they did it. My prince just did a terrible job fighting. They got very lucky with some of the dice rolls, too. What's my charge range? It's not bad. So if I advance up... I can charge them from there. Let's go ahead and just go after the archers. Stop them from shooting. We have to rely on some attacks here. Luckily, they only got a few hits. We do have good skill here, so we are a little harder to hit. So he needed... what to hit me? 4s or better. 5 plus save is not great for me. We take quite a few damage. Lots of hits. Not many saves. We did win that fight. Just tore them apart. Yeah, they did a much better job fighting than I expected them to, actually. So we broke them immediately. Did better than my Demon Prince, which is definitely sad. All right, yeah, charge them. And then we can charge those fleeing guys down. I don't really see a point. When you're playing the AI, they don't rally, so it's fine. Wait, what? We're charging. Okay, I don't know why I was saying cancel charge. Like, I didn't declare a charge, so I don't know what you're doing. Here, we're just going to turn. Let's try to move in on the flank here. The forest is going to make that difficult, but that might be enough to get us a flank charge. So let's see how these guys do. So they do have the Gift of War, so the Frenzy, 2 attacks each, so they get a reroll. 3 or better to hit. 9 hits, very nice. Slaughtered most of them, counterattack, not much. Alright, so the lesson we've learned is don't charge our Demon Prince into combat. He will be utterly slaughtered, despite him having decent stats. Although I think some of that was just luck. Luck of the dice. Alright, let's take... give me some health back, because that's awful. Yeah, get me to full strength. We'll take some cash there. Definitely got banged up a bit more than I expected. We've got an event. Let's see what happens. Forgotten Tomb. Your army has found a forgotten tomb in the wilderness. Does it contain ancient treasure or slumbering evil? Form a search party to investigate or leave it be. We definitely want to check this out. There's always something interesting. Let's do... yeah, we'll send a lot of people. Nothing special. Only cash, really. Okay. Take a look at my army view because we are a bit beat up. Yeah, so a bunch of the Vipers died in that. Not nice. Well, we're in a not great position here for our next fight. Fighting undead. We might want to just hold back, let them come to us. Engage from range, try to use my spells as much as possible. Let's have you bear the brunt of things. Use you for range, and then you cover the flank. And again, we'll kind of hang out in the forest. Okay, everyone's over on that side. Got undead marching ahead, skeleton warriors, skeleton warriors. They're not great, but they do stay and fight forever. So that's something we want to keep in mind. What's my range on this? I don't have to move. Yeah, just blast them. 3 auto hits. We take out a couple. So yeah, we want to do that. I think I can do this, yeah, 2 more times. We'd want to kind of slow it. Just abuse them as they come in, basically. Just going to angle myself over here a tiny bit. And call it good. They're just going to march in the gap. Here, we'll just adjust over a bit. Let's go a bit sharper than that. Don't want to be in the way of my spells, so I'm just going to call that good. Faster units here. We're stuck on the edge of that, looks like. To carefully work our way around. Just out of curiosity, yeah, their charge range is quite short. We could already charge with my Demon Prince, but that's a terrible idea. So, no, we're not charging. Alright, let's go ahead and just blast them again. It's 3 auto hits. They're not super strong, so maybe we can take out a couple more. Just 1 more. That's disappointing. Why is it showing me as 5 wounds here? That's not right. I wonder if I'd have enough movement. Probably it's a little too early to do it, but we could maybe just fly past and turn around at some point here. I'm just going to kind of hang out in this area. I will move up a tiny bit, because maybe we can try to fly past, turn around, something like that. But that was a lot less damage than I was hoping for. We can engage for sure here. We're still outside of their charge ranges, so I just want to make sure we don't end up inside their charge ranges. I can get a charge off, but the undead can't, is kind of my idea. So we'll engage there, and then maybe we can get by and turn around. You guys have a bit more of a challenge here fighting the skeleton warriors on this side. Let's just move a bit more. So we're in my charge range there. So I can charge, he can't. I can charge, he can't on both of those units. So we'll send him in. Not that I really want to take much losses, but our spell isn't doing much damage. So let's go ahead, launch that charge. I could hit these guys in the flank. I wouldn't be in a great position afterwards, and I do have the Frenzy, so let's go ahead and just try to take them out. So we're going to hope that we can do a lot of damage on this initial charge. Now, for you, I can't cast a spell into these guys because we're engaged in combat. Can I fly past them and be ready? And it won't let me stay there. So we go a little further. I think we'll break him. We might not break them, but we'll be in a position where I can charge afterwards. Can't use my spell, so yeah, we'll call that good. Okay, so on our charge, so yeah, we've got 5 skill, they've only got a 2, so we hit on a 3 or better at this point. Only 6 though. They save most of them, only get 3 hits back on me, 4 better save. So we do win that fight. So they'll corrupt a little bit, fall apart. Over here we should do better with the rerolls. 11 hits, very nice. They need 6s to save. They take 11 losses. They're all wiped out. Very nice. 4 hits back, we save a couple. So I actually expected kind of the reverse would happen there, but the Frenzy, the reroll there is very, very nice. I don't have anybody I can charge, so it's fine. This should be over, so I'm not too concerned. Yeah, he's at 2 health. I don't know why it's showing. I think it's just showing the regular stats down here if we look at that. It doesn't update. So we are only at 2. I don't want to get involved in any fighting. So I'm just going to activate you. We're just going to take off and observe. Okay, let's go a little further. I want to watch the fight. That's the whole point. Turning around. That's good enough. Supervising my demons. That's what we're doing. Here we'll set up for a rear charge if we need it, but I don't think we will. Six hit. Okay, they're all dead. Counterattack, only 1 hit. Don't get the save, though. So we're taking a lot more losses than I would like. I definitely would like to recover a bit. Partially that event took out some of us. We do get some back. We do have some leveling. Let's get the health for you. Both of these guys leveled up. +1 to a random stat, increased skill. I think that would be good. Replenishment would be nice too. The skill would get us to 5, which makes us quite good at fighting. Also gives us a little bit of protection because the skill versus skill comparison to see whether you hit or the enemy hits you. We're only down 1 unit. Take some cash. Level you up. Max unit size, increase skill. They're already at 5, so that's quite nice. If we get to a 6. It is a measure of protection. I would like to make this squad bigger in the long run too. But I'm so far, like, we're so far down, we're at 4. Yeah, give me the skill. And then we'll take a bit of replenishment. Okay, we got the max, so that's nice. Okay, so eventually we want to get to here. So we do have to, well, we can go either way we want. We could go ahead and recover quite a bit if we went this route. That might be the safer option. I don't have a lot of cash, but let's see what we can buy. Either way, we're going to buy something. Yeah, let's recover a bit. All right, we've got 386. Plaguelings, another unit of Vipers, or some Fire Devils. The Plaguelings, I don't remember the stats. They're not very good. They're just kind of cannon fodder enemies we can throw at the enemy. Another unit of Abyssal Vipers might be nice. I do think they're quite good. We do have some interesting abilities here we can take a look at too. It's only 202. I mean, you're cheaper than the Plaguelings. You've got to be better. So let's grab you. So the Plague ability is very nice. Unyielding, reroll failed damage saves, also good. Blood Frenzy, target unit loses D3 wounds, gains 1 attack, so we lose some health just for some attack. I don't know that that's worth it. Unyielding is very nice. Plague's very nice. We've got 184. We could get both. Let's take the Unyielding and the Plague. And I don't know that any of these are particularly good. I mean, the extra movement on the Devil Spawn might be nice because they are a little slow. Okay, we'll do that. So now we can take a look at the army. So we've got our old Abyssal Vipers who are now super good at fighting. We have the new Abyssal Vipers. Our Devil Spawn are now much faster. Yeah, let's recover because we are a bit banged up. Still doesn't get us to full health. So give me some XP. Get a level up on our Demon Prince. Upgrade Shadow Bolt to power 5, range 24. That is definitely a lot better. Become a servant to the god of trickery. I don't know what that does. It probably just gives us the trickery ability, which I think was the extra movement and forward deployment. I think I'd rather have the Shadow Bolt up, so let's do that. So the Devil Spawn, take the XP. Abyssal Vipers, we're down 1. We could get to full strength. I'm going to take the XP. Just do that for both of those units. All right, off to a fight. A bandit gang this time. So quite a bit more units available to us. We do have the better long-range option from our prince. Looks more like an oasis, not a chasm there, but all right. I don't know that we need to worry about this too much. We can do quite a bit of forward deployment, but mainly we want you to be kind of our frontline fighters. So we'll use this to anchor the left flank. You'll be there. We can kind of cast spells wherever. Let's put you more central. And then these two we can deploy forward. So you're my super fighty guys. Do we want to be? I mean, we might as well just rush whatever. Let's just plan on just rushing like crazy, whatever's on that flank. There's not much. Do you have cavalry on the left? That's a bit of a problem. We've got Imperial Knights over here. Foot Knights and Foot Knights. We don't have to go that much further to be in charge range. Let's just activate you and just draw you up on the rock here. We'll just go about there. That's fine. Okay. Cavalry's going to charge in. Looks like probably on us directly. He already can charge me there. I think if we can go for the cavalry with the Shadow Bolt, that would make the most sense to me. We don't even have to move. Let's just cast it. We get 3 auto hits. Strength 5 now. Do get 2 hits. Did he just not save? Is that... No, he took 1 damage. Yeah, okay. 3 auto hits. So yeah. 4 better save. We did do half damage to one of them, so not as much as I was hoping. I definitely don't want to be in charge range. Let's just kind of move up this general area. Right, we've got the Plague as well. Plague might be good to cast off on somebody, like the Cavalry. Unfortunately, we should have done that already if I was going to do it, because it would reduce their movement. So over here, we can definitely go after them pretty aggressively. I think that's what we'll do. Let's just charge up. Super aggressively. All right, you want to come in that way? Fine. You're already in my charge range. I don't even have to move, and I can charge you, and you can't charge me. So I think we just stay there, and we'll charge. I don't know if I can get a flank off. We can definitely get a forward charge. So I think we'll just skip it. Okay, they're just going to go right for me there. That's unfortunate. We can get a flank charge, so we're definitely going to do that. I can get a forward charge as well. Let's just double team these Foot Knights and just wipe them, like, immediately. I can charge in here, but we've learned our lesson. Don't do that. Okay. So what I probably want to do, we could do the Plague. -1 skill. So even though they're in combat already, it would reduce their skill, so they're much less likely to hit me, and it's easier for me to hit them. I'm going to go ahead and do that. Cast the Plague on them. And then they've kind of overcommitted, so I can actually just fly past these guys. And turn around. Sort of. Alright. So they needed 4s to hit, only got 5, 4 better saves. We don't get many saves. We want to do a bunch of damage, though, before we go down. 10 hits, very nice. 4 better saves, though, so we do take out quite a few. We actually won the combat, which I'm a bit surprised. They do hold. Here, just going to be a massive slaughter. They got quite a few saves, though. 8 hits back on me is pretty rough. We do only lose a couple. 3 or better here with my more skilled units. They made half their armor saves. Completely took them out. Well, well, well. We can charge you in the rear. Or I could just blast them with spells. We get a free round of hitting them, and then by then we can have these guys ready to come in too. So yeah, let's go ahead and charge them in the back. They can't do anything about it. And I could still... anything? I've used Plague, so yeah, I can't use the Shadow Bolt. Just you guys charge on over to help out, basically. There's no point going after the broken unit. Looks like that's about as far as I can get. One hit. And we save. Excellent. We don't get the reroll this time. Only 2 hits back. That's pretty pathetic. 2 saves. So it's a draw. Up here. 5 attacks. Come on. 3 hits. We only get 3. Take out a couple of them before they can do anything. Yeah, they do hold. They'll turn around, which is not great for me, but we'll immediately have some units we can charge in the flank. Charge them in the flank. I can't really do anything else for charges. Hopefully that will be enough. I'm gonna bring you over. To where we can hopefully help out here if we need to. One more hit. One more save. Counterattack. 4 hits. Very nice. We did win that by 1. We just did 1 point of damage to them, but they do hold on. Alright. Demon Prince. Oh, that was pathetic. 1 hit and they saved. Counterattack. 5 hits. 3 or better saves. Come on. Okay, we only take 1 damage. Oh, we got a reroll, so that was nice. I forgot we got that ability, so we rerolled the failed. So no damage to me. Side attack, 8 hits. 4 saves. They're probably going to break. Yeah, nice. So the cavalry is all that's left, and then they take off. So we didn't take massive damage there either, which is nice. So my new unit leveled up. Let's go bigger size. Then, cash. Let's get you to full strength. Cash. A few more guys. Take a look at our formations. So that's 5 wide. I think that's fine. 6 wide is fine. I don't think we can go 3 wide, even if we wanted to. Yeah, we can go 4 if we wanted to do that. That'd be fine. That's more narrow. Maybe we'll do that. We can still attack from the 2nd rank. On a charge, anyway. Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't remember. I can't remember now. I think we do get the attack on a charge, but I'm not sure if we get the attack on a regular fight for guys in the 2nd rank. I know your 3rd rank guys can fight only if you're spears and you didn't attack. So I think the first 2 can. It's been too long since I read through the rules. We'll just kind of live with that and see how it goes. We've got another event. Last one kind of chewed me up a bit. A collection of fierce beasts we can recruit. Well. I mean, who am I to turn down a Tyrannosaurus Rex? Fire Lizard is interesting as well. But, I mean, a Tyrannosaurus Rex fighting alongside demons? Let's take a look at our new beastie. So, Tyrannosaur, Fangs, charge bonus +1, fearless, ignores all penalty and discipline tests. So, he can still break, it's just things that would give him negative don't matter. Extra movement. Skill's not great, power's good, defense is good, attacks and wounds very good. So he should be able to tie stuff down. Not great at hitting, but if he does, he's going to damage it. Not bad. Okay, we do want to cut off so we can kind of recover before the end. So let's do the basic fight. A mining crew. Looks like just humans again. I'm kind of interested to see how my Tyrannosaurus Rex does. Oh, we've got you in 3 ranks. I probably don't want that. I probably want to keep you to 2, but yeah, whatever. All right. Don't have great visibility. You can hide in the forest. I think we can get around that little bit that's sticking out if we're in that position. We're still counting as being in the forest. Now, we could add a Tyrannosaur to the flank, or we could add my leader to the flank where we can do some ranged attacks. Or we could try to go just center and try to do spells to this general area with him. That might be the better option. Tyrannosaur on the flank. Take you here, and I can actually put you in the forest. I don't think there's a way to turn once you're in. Because I'd like to be able to face like either one of the 2 directions rather than facing straight ahead. So I'm just going to put them back as far as possible where they still count as being in the woods. Okay. Nope, didn't even see those guys. What the heck was that? We just got shot at a bunch. Was that the dwarf miners? Maybe they're throwing the explosive charges is what that was. 5 hits, 5 or better save. We lose quite a few. Not great. So we've got... I didn't realize these were dwarves when we jumped in. So it's dwarf miners, imperial archers, and dwarf miners. Well, these guys look kind of dwarfy from up top too, but what you gonna do? All right. We can actually charge from there into them. Let's have my Tyrannosaur just like run up here like a complete maniac on the flank. I might be able to make a charge there too, I'm not sure. It kind of looks like I should be able to. Yeah, I feel like that's touching, so we should be able to charge from that position. So the question is just who do I want to soften up with the either Plague or Shadow Bolt? We could Plague the archers. Shadow Bolt somebody in the meantime. This is my better squad, so let's hit them, I think. So let's just go ahead and fire off. 3 hits, 2 saves. They needed 5s and got 2, so that's pretty good for them. And I'm just gonna move up a bit, change my angle slightly. The woods up here are kind of blocking his ability to shoot, but he could definitely move over and then probably shoot at him. Nope, shooting into the woods. 4 better save. 1 hit, 1 save. Alright, let's just drive forward like maniacs. Yeah, still outside of all the charges. I'm going to go ahead and skip because I think we can charge from here into them. We can charge from here into them, and they can't do anything about it. And then we can also charge into the flank here on these guys if we wanted to, or we just drive towards the archers. So many charges. Okay. Yeah, so you guys charge before they get to use any of their satchels or anything. You go ahead and charge there. Let's go ahead and double team them. Ruin their day, because we've got you who can run around and try to deal with the archers, and then you can also go up. I could charge them directly, but I don't really want to do that. So let's call that good. So we'll leave the archers free. Do you like the movement that these Vipers have? Archers are going to shoot me. 5 hits. 3 or better save. Nice. We get all of them. Alright. Tyrannosaur. Let's see if I can get you in a position. Let's actually go a bit further up. I want to be able to potentially charge either one of these two somewhere, depending on how the combats go. Okay, so we could plague these guys, or we could just blast them directly. The -1 skill is going to make them a lot weaker. Let's just do that. Let's spread the plague among the archers. And then I'm just going to maintain my distance for now. Well, I don't know. Can I fly past them? I can. Can't turn around, but I could do that. They probably have enough to do an about face and then shoot me. Or we could go, let's go hide in the woods for a little bit of extra protection. And I'm also in a position where then, next turn after that, I can fly by and turn around into their back. But the Tyrannosaur might do the work for me. Alright, so over here, we need 3 or better to hit. Actually, kind of surprising. I'm not a 2 or better, considering the difference. 12 hits, very nice. 6 saves. They needed 5s, and they got 6 rolls. Crazy. 7 counterattacks, we need 5s, we only get 1. It's a draw, even though we shoot them up pretty good. They got really good armor saves. 3 or better to hit here, only 5. 5 counterattacks. Save a couple. This should do quite a bit. Yeah, shouldn't it be more dice? We've got 6 guys. With 2 attacks each, it should be 12. If it was only the front rank, it would be 8. So maybe the guys in the back only get 1 attack each if they're not in the front. 9 hits. Just wipe them out completely. Did take a bit of damage there, though. Okay, we do have a lot of speed, so like, we can't quite reach. Thought we might be able to with the woods there, just out of curiosity. Okay. I might need the help here, so charge the miners. We'll try to save as many of these guys as we can. No other charges. I could, but no. Okay, some shots at me, only 3 hits. Lose a couple. Before we do anything else to get in the way, let's go ahead and just blast these archers. Take out a couple. Fly past. Come close-ish to an about face. Then I'm just going to set up like everybody to charge them from every possible direction. So from the front, the devil spawn, from the flank, the vipers. And we could even possibly go the rear. I think we're a little bit too far away. So over here, 4 hits. Okay, this time a bit better for us. 4 counterattacks, though. Does wipe us out. Deathjaw, the Tyrannosaur. 4 hits. 3 kills. They're all dead. Did wipe out that unit, though, unfortunately. But it does open... that's another flank attack we can get. So, yeah, you charge from the front. You can't charge. I guess we're in the way. Or we don't have the movement to get through the woods? No, we can get in there. Just didn't pop up for a second. And my Abyssal Prince is just not in position, but we'll hit from every other direction other than behind. That's gotta suck. Alright. And I'm just gonna set you up so in the off chance you do survive, my Demon Prince is just waiting to end you. Alright, up front. 8 hits. 5 counterattacks. Okay, we do lose 1 more. My Tyrannosaur. 5 more guys eaten. A few saves. Even though they're dead, it does automatically do all the dice rolls. Have to roll them out. Completely slaughtered those guys. Thank you, Mr. Tyrannosaurus Rex. Okay, we did get a bit mauled. Just that one squad got wrecked. Alright. Gold. Let's level up my Devil Spawn. +1 damage save against Ravaged is good. Yeah, I mean, that's quite nice. Let's just get across the field. Let's take that. Get to full strength. The squad levels up again. Base replenishment. The gold, I don't really care that much. Or random stat. Let's go random stat. See what we get. Ooh, 7 skill. That's crazy. And let's get replenishment. This unit, yeah, we'll take replenishment. Deathjaw. So we have Abraxas the Vile. I didn't even pay attention. Abraxas is our leader. I think that's just random names it throws out. We've got Infernal Carnage, the Blood Brigade, the Stonekeepers, and Deathjaw. Alright, let's take a look here. Yeah, let's split you up. We'll go wide because I want to have the maximum hitting power possible in that first round of combat. Here, I don't mind too much if you're only 5 wide. Although they do have 2 attacks, so we do more if we have a wider front, it seems like. So we could go super wide. Yeah, we'll do that, I guess. Alright, I don't have very much money, but we can take a look here. Yeah, not enough to buy anything, unfortunately. We can do some upgrades. So, what do we want? Deathjaw can have some armor. That's definitely tempting. Blood Frenzy, I don't really think I like. +2 power, +1 attack. That could be good, just to help him out. Command, the discipline doesn't really matter for us because we're demons. I do like the ranged protection. The combat score actually isn't too bad because we do take damage from loss of combat. We can get an extra attack. That's pretty nasty. Extra power. Yeah, I do like the extra attacks. That's tempting. So my Devil Spawn, have another attack. We can only use it once per battle, but still. And then we'll do that for the Vipers as well. Could go even more range protection on the Devil Spawn so they can get across the field to do damage. That's reasonable. I think also adding the defense to our Tyrannosaur would also be nice. I think I'm going to do that, just to spread things out a little bit. So now, defense is up to 6. They've got extra protection against ranged already, but we can do 3 attacks on a turn if we want to, with rerolls on that first charge. Very nice. Okay, let's recover, get some XP. Yeah, we automatically replenish a bit, and then we can kind of do what we want. Yes, XP, get a level. Servant to the God of Decay. I don't know what that gets us. I don't remember for sure. I think it might be extra health, but I'm not 100% sure. We have to choose here. God of Trickery or God of Decay. Let's go Decay. Oh, that did change us. That's interesting. Lord of Decay. Once per battle, all friendly units with Gift of Decay restore D3 wounds. It's only him, so we'll have to live with it. We're full strength, take the XP. We could get the full strength. It's only one guy. Let's take the XP. Here I will take the units. We'll take the XP and level up my Tyrannosaur. Poisoned attacks. Enemies reroll d6 on damage saves. So if they get a 6 on a save, they've got to reroll it. Or we could go extra attacks. Either one of those are very good. Yeah, I like getting rid of, because we do have a lot of power, they've got to reroll any 6s. So if you have a successful 6, which you might need anyway, you've got to reroll it. I like that. Let's go with poison. All right, before we get into the final fight, let's take a look and see how we want to reposition. We could go wider. No, that's as wide as we can go. Gift of Trickery. Yeah, we probably should have gone Trickery. So we kind of have like a Chaos Lord with 2 Trickery units and 1 War unit. So maybe we can pick up some Plague units as we move forward. Yeah, I think it should kind of based on the army you have, rather than just whatever you like randomly pops up. Would kind of make sense to me, but whatever. Let's take a look at our Lord, actually, because it did change. Yeah, Abraxas the Vile. I mean, it does kind of match the name a bit better now. So a decent army as we progress into our final fight here for the first section. Drazgog. So we're fighting the orcs this time. Pretty big map. I kind of like the, yeah, let's have him in the middle with these guys as a solid core. We can kind of just blast whoever with some spells to soften him up. When it comes to everything else, I don't have great spots for you guys. We can throw you in the woods. We can put you in the woods. And then let's have our Tyrannosaur outright. I feel like my army's awfully small. Yeah, you can see the enemy army is much bigger than ours, which is a problem. So we've got an Orc Boar Chariot. We've got Orc Brutes, so these guys have great weapons. The War Chief and Warriors, so he's got a secondary hero. Orc Brutes with great weapons, Orc Warriors, and some Trolls on the flank. Not so nice. Yeah, I don't know that my maneuverability is really going to help me much here. Drazgog is there. Okay, no, it's just Drazgog. I thought for some reason there was 2 heroes, but it's just Drazgog. Well, none of this is good. This is going to be a pretty rough fight. We might want to weaken the unit Drazgog is in. Even though they're basic Orc Warriors, just to make them a lot weaker. It should affect Drazgog as well. It might only affect the unit, I'm not sure. Either way. I'm going to move up my Tyrannosaurus Rex. Because I feel like he's just going to want to charge the enemy. That's just kind of what he's going to do. We're already in charge range. If you want to charge me with your chariot, I'll take chariot versus Tyrannosaurus Rex any day. I will take that fight. I think we want to kind of hold back. We could use the plague now on somebody to really slow them down, because it does reduce the movement as well. So like we could probably keep that Orc Warrior unit out of the fight if I plague them immediately. So I think I'm going to do that instead. So it does weaken them for the turn, but makes them very slow, so they're just not going to be able to do much this first couple turns. We don't really have to worry about them quite so much. Then I should try to make use of my maneuverability. Okay, it's a bit much. That's not good either. Yeah, not sure I like that very much. I wouldn't mind getting out to the side, but I'd probably want to go staying as far away from the enemy as possible. But I'd also like to be able to turn to be able to face somebody to actually get my spells off next turn, and I don't think I can really do that. So I might just stay here. Yeah, let's just stay put, or we could just blast a unit. So they were able to move up a little bit, but not very much. The trolls will be able to move quite a bit, which does have me a little concerned. You are my good fighters. If we're going to go straight on, we want you guys going in. So I'm going to sort of go right for him with that unit. Let's see what that draws out. Still waiting for this chariot to move. I don't want the chariot fighting the Tyrannosaur. He can charge me with these regular guys, though. I'm going to move here as well. Just kind of up. I'd like to be able to threaten both units. Yeah, so we could do a flank charge, or we could kind of intercept there. I think that's fine. Still doesn't move that chariot. Not super happy about that. Or the trolls. I mean, I could stay put. I think I will. Let's just hold here. Okay, trolls are readjusting. The chariot didn't move at all, which is definitely a bit surprising. Okay, we have options. Tyrannosaur, let's go ahead and charge. And we can get a flank charge here. Let's do that. We'll just try to do some damage early on. Just kind of mess with the battle line. If we can break over here. I am a bit concerned about the chariot, but we can live with it. I could do a direct charge, but I don't think that's worth it. Okay, they did charge me back there. So here, we're going to go ahead and get that extra attack. They're quite weak, so we could definitely charge and probably send them off. The trolls I'm worried about. Could hit the brutes a bit too, because they've got great weapons. But the trolls I'm definitely more concerned about. Yeah, hit the brutes with the spell. 3 hits, only 1 died. That's too bad. And I'd like to move you up in a position where we can try to take advantage one way or the other of my speed. Speed or magic, either one. Well, that's a pretty gutsy move there. He probably is going to try to move the trolls down to intercept these guys instead of letting me flank him. But if I move into a position where... Let's go a little further, actually. Kind of like that. Yeah, we're inside. He's inside my charge, or inside. I'm inside the troll charge. It's just they're so fast, I can't really do much else. I probably could have been in this gap outside of troll charge range if I was a bit more careful about my movement, and that's what I should have done. But he still doesn't move the trolls, so they could move up anyway and be a problem. The chariot is just kind of like, I don't know what to do, and is looking around. I think we're just going to sit tight here. Yeah, trolls are just edged up. They're probably going to want to charge into my devil spawn directly. So we'll see how these combats go. Over here, we are fighting big guys. Only 3 hits. We eat a couple of them. 4 hits back. We need 5 or better to save. We actually saved and won that fight. They do hold. We are fighting kind of the bad fight there because they do have great weapons. So over here, the leader actually got a couple hits on us. We need 6 or better saves. We lose a couple guys. 21 hits, 3 or better saves. We just slaughtered just a huge chunk of them. 3 hits back. There's a couple guys. We did win by a lot. Yeah, there's no way they could hold, so we already broke their leader. Didn't kill him, just slaughtered so many of his bodyguard that they just couldn't do anything. Alright, that's okay. We'll countercharge that. They're going in there. I could stop them. Let's go ahead and intercept there. You're going to go for me there, are you? That's not nice. I don't really want to charge my prince into the front of these brutes. I feel like that's a really bad idea. I think we're just going to have to let these vipers get hit in the flank by the chariot. There's not much I can do about it. Hopefully I can wreck these guys. So here, let's go ahead and get the extra attacks. Trolls very aggressively moving in on me. Hopefully we can win this fight too. This is going to be a bit of a mess. We've got so many attacks. Hopefully we can do a good job. They are quite weak because we gave them the plague, so maybe that'll work out. We could ignore the trolls for now and just fly off. Let's blast them and see what we can do with that. Okay, 1 damage. They've got, I think, 3 health each. Yeah, 3 health each. So we did 1 point of damage to one of them. But I don't have to be here and stay in this fight. I can just kind of fly off wherever I want because we've got flying and high movement. We might need your help against the chariot. I think that's what we want to do. Or even over here, I might need the help. So we fly somewhere. Let's actually go like here somewhere and turn. All right, come on, Deathjaw. Okay, that was really, really bad, dude. And they saved it. 4 counterattack hits. We saved everything, though. Nice. So we actually won. Wait, one of those guys died. Oh, he re-rolled it because of the poison. That's right. So we won, but he stayed in. Thanks to the poison, we actually won. 5 attacks on us. Not many saves, unfortunately. Come on, give me a ton of attacks. It was only 9 hits. So we do win. We wiped out 1 whole rank. And they broke right away. Nice. I didn't expect them to break. Here, we should just do massive damage. Got our reroll. Yeah, all 18 hit. 5 or better to save, and they got most of them, but they all died. 1 counterattack. We don't save. Good job there, but You guys are going to get wrecked. Only 3 hits, though, mainly thanks to our really high skill. 6 or better, get no saves. Counterattack, we do land a couple hits. 1 save. We lost by 3, so it'll be a D3, so they're probably going to go away. Nope, 1 little demon left. Okay, Troll's definitely a problem. I can charge into the flank here. I think I will. Just to deal with this chariot. I don't know how they're actually able to charge me there. What kind of angle is that? There's no way you can charge me. That's ridiculous. There's no way. I mean, I guess it's in the... There is... Like, there are units in the 90% or 90 degrees, but I don't know about that. Yeah, no point charging these guys. Once they're broken, they can't rally. So we'll just have to accept a rear charge here, hope these guys survive. And next turn we can get them involved in that fight. Alright, all we can really do is set you up to hit the back of the trolls. That's it. I don't think I have anything else I can do. Yeah, there's nothing else I can do. Okay, come on, Deathjaw. I need you to break these guys. 3 hits. It's not bad. Killed 1. 3 hits on us. We save everything. Nice. We win by 1 again. I thought you would do a better job. Okay, they finally broke them. 1 hit. Alright, he's dead. 2 hits back as he goes down, though, but they both save. That's a bunch of crap. Alright, Abraxas. Come on. 3 hits. Couple damage. We do win the fight. He did hold, so he's now facing me. So here we're getting hit in the back. We save a couple, so we do survive, but we are going to take some disillusion from having lost the fight. That wipes us out. That sucks. I was hoping at least one of them could survive to turn around and hold for another turn. So, yeah, we're going to have to charge you guys in the back. Let's go ahead and charge the chariot here, too. Definitely a rough fight here. Yeah, there's nothing I can do. Alright. 4 hits. Alright, we instantly kill him. Counterattack completely misses. Very nice. So we don't even need our Tyrannosaur. I didn't need him to do this. But it got him kind of moving in the right direction, so it's fine. Took 1 point of damage there. Hoping this does a good job. 10 hits, 4 better saves. So we do take down 1 troll. We won by quite a bit. They should break. Yeah. And that's it. Yeah, I was a little worried. We were very, very outnumbered. We were able to do a lot of shock damage and take out like units by making them break. That helped a lot. Okay, up here we'll take our cash. We'll take replenishment, cash. All right, so that's going to do it for today. We went through that first fight. We'll fight our way through the second map. I do like the way we kind of build up as we go, but we're not getting a lot of money because I'm spending so much time replenishing. And I'm not sure if that's just because we're being unlucky with dice rolls or if it's just the nature of the faction. I think we definitely want to try to pick up some plague units as we move forward because we do have that ability on our leader to replenish some losses. That would help a lot. Yeah, just kind of figure it as we go. Anyway, this has been more of SOVL, this time playing as the Abyssal Demons. I've been Disturbing Puppet. Thanks for coming by. Hopefully I'll see you next time. Until then, have a good one.